Thank you very much for joining us and welcome to our next webinar and our first webinar of our four-part webinar series, SAP Build in HR. So today's topic is SAP Business Technology Platform Essential, just all about the basics of the SAP BTP. So yes, my name is Sabrina Flach. Maybe you know me from other webinars or other content of Project 708. I'm responsible for all the marketing and communication department, and I'm now your moderator for this webinar. And I have on my side Navia as our speaker for the first part of our webinar. Yes, maybe you want to introduce yourself, Navia, please.
Hello, everyone. Thanks again for joining. I am Navya Shri, and I have a total of 8 years of experience in the area of Fiori, BTP, and UX. So I have spent all my career in providing web solution, like Fiori solution for the business on both on-premise and cloud.
Yes, thank you, Navia. Maybe do you want to go to the next 2 slides? Yes, so one slide more. So first of all, just a little introduction about Project 708. For you, who are we? What are we doing? We're an HR IT consultancy, and we have focused 200% on HR IT development consultancy. So we are coming from the HR IT strategy, architecture, roadmap design, and then if it comes to implementation, then we are providing support and implementation knowledge for the SAP SuccessFactors cloud solution. And on the on-premise side, we are also focusing on SAP HCM or new H4 S4. So there we also do a lot of migration projects and a lot of, as Navia said before, development in SAP Fiori environment and further. Furthermore, we are focusing on SAP Concur as travel and expense management solution in the SAP environment. And yes, during all the solutions, we are having international projects. We have customers from mid-size until enterprise customers, and we have also a development department for innovative software products. We are around 80 employees, have our headquarters in Munich, and have further offices in Hamburg, Barcelona, and Perth. So yes, that's really quickly who we are. And now I wish you a lot of fun and yeah, a lot of good valuable input of this webinar. We will send you the presentation of the webinar afterwards. We record this webinar and share the recording also with you after the webinar. And we have now around about 45 minutes where we will present you the essential information about SAP BTP. And we have also time for your questions in the end, if you have. So just use the chat functionality or the question answer function, and yes, let us know what you want to know. And we try to answer all your questions, of course. So maybe we have a short look on the agenda. What are we presenting you today? We have a little introduction to SAP Business Technology Platform. I think everybody of you have already heard about it, and maybe you're also using it. And then we want to go into more detail in the 4 focus areas of SAP BTP. Once the application and development and automation with SAP BTP, the integration part with SAP BTP, the data and analytics with SAP BTP, and artificial intelligence with SAP BTP. In the end, we also want to give you a more also technical view on these things and give you some insights about the BTP architecture, and then how you get started with BTP. What does it mean? Yes. So that's it, and that's where I hand over to you, Navia, to start with your presentation.
Yeah. So let's start with Business Technology Platform. So a business technology platform helps industries and IT to go through digital transformation. So before we get into business technology platform, I would like to highlight the motivation behind digital transformation. So you hear the word digital transformation everywhere because every industry from medium to large is going through digital transformation nowadays. the motivation behind is customer expectations. So nowadays, customer doesn't want to work as the way they were working before. They would like to have flexibility. They would like to have end-to-end process, because we work in such a heterogeneous landscapes. We have so many systems we operate on daily basis. So customer would like to have end-to-end process view to make better decision. And also customers prefers to use easy web application, which can be accessible via mobile or desktop. And also, there is a demand to improve the efficiency and innovation of the application by infusing the artificial intelligence, or by automating the process to reduce or exclude the manual um, effort. So, and there is also a competitive advantage that is needed, because we need an agile environment to build the application as soon as possible, which reduce in time to market and also increase in employee satisfaction. So how my BTP would respond to all these demands? So BTP provides agility. It provides set of tools and a modern development environment where you can start developing by using drag and drop functionality. So when I say drag and drop, means you no need to have a development knowledge. So even the key user, which is called citizen developers, can also start developing the application. And BTP also provides flexibility to run your app on different regions. Like if you have a distributed business, you can choose a data center in Frankfurt or US or in Singapore or China, which is very close, geographically closer to business, so that you can have faster application and flexibility in running the application. So BTP also provides automation, which will also provide a visual interface where you can create your workflows, automate the workflows, and you can also infuse the artificial intelligence to perform some task with intelligence by using the cutting edge technologies provided by BTP. And BTP comes with something, it is not an empty platform. So you have pre-built content, use cases, templates, and also applications which will enrich your experience. Like, when you start with BTP, you already have something on build on top of it. You build application so that you will more focus on building application and to innovate, to introduce innovation in your company, not with managing the platform. So at the end, BTP also provide the possibility to have a sustainable data across the value chain. So in short, BTP is a platform as a service offered by SAP, and it comes with integrated tools, services, and also runtime environment where you can start, develop, and extend the application and run the application immediately. So I would like, before I get into business technology platform and its offerings, I would like to give more knowledge about what is platform as a service. So before I use IT terminologies, I would use a well-known scenario, that a day-to-day scenario, which is pizza as a service. I am sure that everyone has baked pizza here. So I would be comparing baking the pizza at home as an on-premise environment. Like, you have to make the pizza dough, you have to make the tomato sauce, and you have to, take care of the toppings, the cheese, and, to bake the pizza, you have to have fire or oven or electric gas and drinks at the dining table, of course. So when you have all these, so you have to take care of the maintenance as well. So you have to take care of the cleaning, and you have to, if something goes corrupted, you have to take care of fixing them. So there is a lot of effort and maintenance effort and resource and the time you spend to maintain the platform, and you have less time in building application, or you need more resource to build the application and to introduce intelligence to it. So we have another scenario, which is infrastructure as a service, which is, I would say you would rent the dough and the toppings, the tomato cheese and tomato sauce and the cheese from the provider, which is similar to AWS Cloud or Azure Cloud. And you will have your own oven to bake the pizza or the electric gas, and you will have your own drinks at the dining table, which is infrastructure as a service, which will ease the day-to-day operation up to some extent, but not completely. So we have a platform as a service, which is nothing but delivering, ordering pizza. So when you order the pizza, of course, you get a pizza. So you exclude a lot of maintenance effort, the making pizza or maintenance effort of like maintaining the oven, and also effort in, baking the pizza and everything. So you just take care of your drinks and the dining table. And we have a last one, which is software as a service. So where you go out and eat. So where you get everything, or on the table, you just enjoy the dining. So let's relate this to our IT infrastructure. So we have on-premise, so we are well known with SAP on-premise system, which is ERP system. It could be HANA or non-HANA system. So we have a servers, storage, networking, and virtualization operating system, and the middleware. We have to take care of the runtime and application servers. Like there is a lot to take care of. There is a lot of effort, and I'm not talking about one system. We will have many systems, to take care of this. And infrastructure as a service from the server till the virtualization will be taken care by the provider, and I would just take care of operating system, middleware, the runtime, data, and application. So as a platform as a service, I would rent a server, storage, networking till the runtime. I would only focus on building the application and using my data and, to focus more on automation and innovation, because I already have a strong platform in place. And as a software as a service, you also get many software as a service in BTP, where it's like a subscribing to an application. For example, the well-known software as a service is ServiceNow or Salesforce. So you have a software, you infuse your data, you put your organizational data or the employee data, and you start using the application and its offerings. That is software as a service. So today's focus will be on a platform as a service, which is our business technology platform. So let's get into more details about business technology platform. So we have industry, operating on heterogeneous landscapes. So we can have it's very rare case that where you have one system. You always have many systems. It could be SAP system or non-SAP system. So we have human capital management system for instance, is HR system. We have supply chain management system, and we have customer relationship management. So I do have 3 or more system. And I can also have non-SAP system here. So the focus, and I have applications running on these systems on different application running on each, different systems. And we have a technology here, which is a business technology platform, which will focus on creating a digital ERP core in the cloud, which will help you to create the personalized experience and build the application faster with the business context. And it will also help you to run the application with confidence on a trusted enterprise-grade platform, which is BTP. So BTP has 4 main pillars. The first one is app development and automation. It will help you to develop the application and automate application, build the workflow. And there is an integration pillar, which will help you to integrate many systems, SAP or non-SAP system. In this case, I have HR, supply chain, and customer relationship. If I need a process which I need to build as these 3 systems as a base, then I need to integrate these 3 systems and have the data from all these 3 systems so that I can have application built for these 3 systems. So also I have data and analytics. So when I have all the different systems connected and I will have all the data in front of me and I can create a models out of all the data from different systems, and I can also do analytics to predict the future. And there is AI, artificial intelligence pillar, which will help you to infuse intelligent in your application. So when I say there are 4 pillars, these are not isolated pillars. So these are like, when I talk about app development, there is integration there. So, and then when I talk about data analytics, there is integration there. And when I talk about AI, there is a data analytics. So there is, you can see overlapping between these pillars almost in every scenario. So, but for your understanding, the topics are divided as app development, integration, data analytics, and AI. So with the help of all these 4 pillars, I will have ecosystem solutions, which I call it as business processes, which is end-to-end business processes, not related to one system, sorry. So once I have end-to-end business processes by connecting all the dots that I will have intelligent, sustainable enterprise. So which will enable, which will be, okay. Someone raised the hand, I'm sorry. Should we answer?
It was fine. You can just keep going.
Okay, so intelligent, sustainable enterprise, I will have as an end product of business of using SAP Business Technology Platform. So that what are the typical use case, like how you can know when you can start with BTP. So, for example, you need to accelerate the movement of moving to the cloud. So then BTP is the best option because it already is. It's like you start today and you start building application today. It's like immediately if you want to accelerate. So BTP is the solution. And we have keeping the core clean. So in a daily business, we get the scenarios like when I want to implement something new. Example in Fiori. So I always get answers like, oh, our system doesn't support. We have to go through the updates or upgrades, and you need to wait. So, but using BTP, as a runtime, it's always updated, and updates and upgrades will be taken care by SAP. So I just decouple my on-premise system completely. I will have my data, of course. So I will use APIs to build the application on cloud without waiting for me for the update. So it will keep your core clean and independent. So when you have to optimize the business process and automate the business process, and BTP is the solution. And if you want to drive the decision based on data using data analytics, yes, BTP is the solution. So before I get into each pillar one by one, I would like to take an end-to-end process example, commonly known as hire to retire, that we have in HR. So which goes through planning. So we have to do workforce planning and the project planning and the staffing, onboarding the employee, and once the employee on board, we start working. There is a lot of like monitoring the deliverables or delivering ongoing training, feedback sessions, and the payment. And then when the employee leaves the company or gets retired, we need to take care of the onboarding. So when I say planning to closing, I do have so many systems in one. For example, I have cloud analytics here, SAP Analytical Cloud. I mean, either you could have, you cannot, sometimes you don't have, it's fine. But in an ideal case, I will have Analytical Cloud, and I have S4HANA system. I have SAP SuccessFactors when it comes to staffing. And I have, again, SAP SuccessFactors when the employee, the duration of the working. And I do have HANA when I want to update my financial statements or the feedbacks or the ratings, performance management. And I do have success factors where I will update on success factors when the employee gets onboarded. Of course, I will also update on S4HANA. So I have so many, and I will run different processes on different systems. So the question is, how will I integrate these systems? to have an end-to-end process flow, and how will I automate wherever it's possible so that I can exclude manual effort, and how can I infuse the intelligence. So let's get into the main pillar of SAP Business Technology Platform, which is application development and automation. So we have used so many IDEs, when it comes to application development. So we have the well-known is like IDE is Eclipse. So we have all used Eclipse. So how difficult is it? Like, you have to install the Eclipse, you have to install the plugins, and Eclipse has like hundreds of variants. Like sometimes I don't know which one to install for my need. So SAP BTP comes with pre-built tools which will help you to start the development using Visual Editor. So which we call it as low-code editors, and the pro-code tools where you use the well-versed like IDEs to build the application. So we have low code here. So when I say low code will help you to develop the application without coding or with less coding. Then, as I mentioned, that citizen developers, which are the key users. So whenever the key user gets a requirement from the business, or when he comes up with a requirement, he always contacts IT, and there could be a business functional point of contact in between. So there will be a lot of workshops, a lot of discussions happening to understand the requirement and prototyping and developing the application to get it tested. How about the key user only will start developing the application? Doesn't it sound fancy? So that you can exclude a lot of effort in discussions, and sometimes what developer understand is not what key user wants. So we can also overcome a lot of drawbacks. So SAP Build is a low-code tool which will provide you the visual editor to build the application. Is the SAP application, SAP UI5 application. And we have a build process automation, which will help you to automate the workflows, build the workflows and automate the workflows. And once you have built the workflows and the application, you can use SAP Build Work Zone to put everything under one umbrella. So it's like a one-point entry for all your applications. So Build Zone works with a lot of features like conversational AI, guiding experience, or UI cards, which will increase the digital experience of the end user. Where you will, and also you can also integrate any SAP application, non-SAP application in the build, so that you will have everything under one screen that you need to act upon on a daily basis. So SAP BTP is not limited only to low code. We have a lot of pro code tools. We have ABAP development tools. So we have ABAP on GUI. So in similar way, we have ABAP on cloud, which is ABAP development tools. We have Business Application Studio, which will help you to develop custom UI5 applications, or custom CAP or RAP application, a Java application, or even the Python or any other language of your choice. So we have a cloud native option where, as I said, if you have 3 different systems operating on, you can connect all your system and you can build one single application on the cloud. So if you are interested to know more about these features like low code and SAP Build and also Workzone, we have upcoming seminars or webinars planned, which will be in German. The more details will be is already available on our website, so you can go there and enroll for these sessions. So the next pillar is integration scenario. So like integration scenarios with SAP BTP. So we have a business interacting with SAP system, one or more SAP systems listed here. We have government apps that you interact on day-to-day basis. We have a lot of social media apps. It could be Outlook, it could be Gmail, or it could be any Twitter or Instagram. We have non-SAP applications, and also we have on-premise system. So business interact with all these people, all these systems on different tabs, different windows. Yeah, so but integration suite will help you to connect all these systems and to get everything into one place. So what are its offerings of integration suite? So integration suite is like, as I said, it will integrate all the systems available in your enterprise. And the main motto is to integrate the process, integrate the application, integrate the data. So we have Application Business Hub, which will help you to create APIs, manage the API, and modify the APIs. So we have Cloud Integration iFlows. It's like a interfaces. So you have a SuccessFactors system or on-premise system. You want to enable the data flow, like whenever the employee is hired, you want to make sure the employee record is created on SAP system, then iFlow is the solution. It could be any non-SAP system as a source, non-SAP system as a destination. You will have iFlows, which takes care of the data flow. And we have, as I said, non-application connectivity. We have a lot of open connectors available, which works as the adapter. You can connect to ServiceNow or Salesforce. And we have an integration advisor. So you can use this advisor and you can generate the workflow automatically with SAP. And we have B2B and B2G integration and also event mesh. So event mesh works on the event driven. So when there is a lot of events, so when you want to enable asynchronous way of working, so event mesh is the solution. So at the end, for this use case, I've taken SAP SuccessFactors, HANA. You have an integration suite in the middle, so you enable the data flow and the end-to-end. You can create the end-to-end process with these systems with the help of integration suite. So the fourth pillar is data analytics. So we have lot of data coming from different sources, and I need to consolidate all the data, and I have to store the data, and I have to apply modeling on this data so that I'll eliminate the redundancy, I'll eliminate the duplicacy, and I will have only critical data available for my key user coming from different sources so that he can make a predictive analysis or he can take some action based on the data. So there are three offerings by SAP BTP. We have a database. It's on HANA database. It's a cloud database. We have on-premise HANA. It's different from the cloud HANA. It's different, but it's on the cloud. It's the same, but it's on the cloud. So we have data management and the warehousing. So once you have the data from different sources, it could be HANA on the cloud, it could be HANA on premise, it could be you have bought the data from some third-party company. So once you have all the data, you have SAP Data Intelligence and Data Sphere, so which will help you to model the data, and only you have critical data available on the top, which will help for the business. So and then once you have this critical data, you can apply analytics on top of it. So where you have all the analysis of the data in a graph format, so that you will predict what's going to happen tomorrow, or when I would be needing the resource, when I would be needing the inventory, or when I then it's also I can act upon, or also you can infuse the intelligence, like to identify some bottlenecks and to act upon without waiting for disaster to happen. So the main motto of SAP is to drive the value from the data, to derive the value from the data. So we have the last pillar, which is artificial intelligence. So intelligence, like machine learning and bots are called AI. So companies used to use AI to automate the manual task. So like AI bots are like it's a robot, it's a small micro robot, so you will train them to execute some manual actions. It's like, for example, you can compare it to our human mind. So as we grow with experiences, we learn the things, but we are error prone. unlike AI-driven bots. So once you train them, they're error-free, they don't make any errors, and they can also operate on huge records. So as a platform, SAP platform, so I have automated the process and I augment the automated process by adding intelligence using artificial intelligence. So I have AI Core Launch and SAP AI Core and AI Launchpad, which will help you to use existing bots, or you can create your own artificial intelligence models and train them and monitor them, modify them, and you can use them in your process. And we have conversational AI, which will it's embedded to work zones. Like it's like you might have seen like a icon whenever you log into any website. It will just pop up asking, "How can I help you?" It's like it's like you're talking to a bot, and you get the answers. You don't need to you can train this bot over the time so that it will also complete some tasks for you. So we have intelligent RPA. As I said, it's like you record the manual task and you use this robot to do manual tasks for you. And we have a possibility to classify the records or the data or the tickets that you get. And we also have document extractions, like you have an invoice, getting submitted. So you need to extract some information from the invoice. So you can use document extraction, and you can also automate something. If your invoice is submitted below €100, you can approve automatically. And we have a lot of IoT capabilities, like like IoT works on sensors, like it just like QR code scanner is also like a small example of IoT. Like for example, you have an inventory or the warehouse, you can scan the products as they move, so that you would know where the product is, or you can also capture the information through the sensors and act upon. So as end result, I will have like these are the typical scenarios or the end product of using artificial intelligence. So I would highlight one here. It's a resume ranking. Like you have an opening, you receive 100 ranking. So you can have artificial intelligence where this artificial model will rank the resume based on the skill set of the employee, which suits most for your opening. And so that's all about the 4 pillars. And yes, so now so you have there are so many offerings provided by SAP. So how they fit in, like how you can make use, how you can start. Yeah, I know there will be a lot of questions. So I think this section will answer your question. So let's assume I have a BTP, a platform, and I have a global. Once you create your account with BTP, you get a global account, and inside the global account, you create sub accounts. It's like you can relate these sub accounts as, like, for example, on-premise you have dev account, quality, and you have pre-prod and prod. So same way, it's like sub accounts. Each step sub accounts is like we can relate it to one stage. And you can create a directory. It's like, you can imagine the folder structure. You can have one directory, you can have different sub accounts under it. And we have many sub accounts. And here you can see there are different regions here. So we can choose the region. Whenever we create the sub account, we can choose the region, which is closer to my business. And once I have a sub account, we subscribe or activate all the services which we discussed. It could be build, it could be integration. So the application services and the subscription are activated. Everything will be taken care by BTP administrator. So you have your sub account, you have your applications, you have your everything in place, and now how you can access. So once the BTP administrator creates the account, so he will, the roles, there are some roles automatically created. For example, if you activate build, or business application studio, you get workflow developer role and BAS developer. And there will be something called sub-account administrator or viewer. There are different levels of access maintained here. And we have application business roles. Like once you deploy the application, each application will have its own application role. So once I have all these, the administrator will combine, because these roles cannot be assigned to user directly. So he combines and makes a role connection for a developer or for a particular application. And once the role connection are built, user will be assigned to these roles so that the user will be able to log in. So where there are two types of users here. One is the IT user, it could be a developer and or IT administrator, and the other one is my end user. So SAP also provides opportunity to link your custom IDP. Then you can connect, your users are already connected. So you assign the roles for these SAP users, corporate users. And when they try to access using this corporate identity provider, the authentication is validated against the roles assigned on the sub account via access to our tenant, and then the authorization will be then the access will be granted. And if the user also, if you don't have custom IDP, and even it's not suggested that the developers will use custom IDP login. So he can use the default ID service login, which is the S-user login. He can log into the sub-account to do his administrative activities or development activities. So we have I would be skipping the high-level architecture, so because it's like it just have the business technology platform and all the 4 pillars and the cross-service applications and also connectivity, which I'll be explaining here. So this is kind of end-to-end slide. Like let's assume that I have my on-premise system here. And I use Cloud Connector help to create this on-premise system to form a secure channel with principal propagation, so that I will have all the data available on my cloud to start the development. And I use connectivity service and the destination service for this. And I have application build a feature here, like SAP build or pro code, no code development area, where I use different development tools to develop the application, and I use the Launchpad and the work zone. Nowadays, Launchpad and work zone is together. So to deploy my application, and once the user try to access the application via the app, so via the mobile app or any browser, he will try to log into Launchpad, and we have identity access management area here, which takes care of authentication and authorization. And we have an integration suite, which will help you to connect all the SAP and the non-SAP application. So once you connect all the systems, build the application, deploy the application, how do you take care of transport? So it will be taken care by transport management, TMS and CI/CD service. So it's similar to Solman. So it's like a one-time setup effort for the application. So whenever you deploy the application, you can automate the import to the next system, or you can do it manually with the help of TMS and CI/CD. So then, so this is all about SAP Business Technology Platform. So how you can start, like, if you already have SAP BTP in place, it's good. Like, you already have it, you can just go to entitlements and add the service, subscribe for the service, and you can start working. So if you don't have it, our suggestion is to go with obviously the suggestion is to go with the Cloud Foundry, because the Neo is more available. Because when the SAP decided to make this cloud journey, it started with Neo. And then Neo wasn't enough, because it was not allowing you to transfer like full stack application. It was only dedicated to HTML5 application. So then they came up with the Cloud Foundry. And so it is no more possible to enroll to Neo. So you always have to enroll to Cloud Foundry or Kaima. So Kaima operates on Kubernetes, so which is out of scope for today's presentation. So you and new and support end date is December 31st, 2028. So, and also it's no more possible to enroll for new. So you can start your journey with Cloud Foundry with consumption model. So there is a subscription. There was a subscription model available, but the better model is consumption model. So we have two types of consumption model. We have CPEA, Cloud Platform Enterprise Agreement, and we have PaaS as you go. It works like debit and credit basis. So both CPEA and pay as you go is similar. So when it comes to operations and the services available, so you can, and there are many. The important factor is like there are many free tier services available. So you can, like for example, Workzone or Workzone and Build. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm like unable to recall whether Build is free, but Workzone is free for sure. So you have a many free tier service that you can activate and build the application. Start with the automation. And where you make an agreement with SAP, and the monthly debit with you get certain credits. So as you use, the debit will be made from the credits that you have purchased. And pay as you go is that you just activate it and you get a credit card statement, like a bill that you make a payment towards the end of the month. So to start with, SAP, these are the main websites, I would say. So you can browse the use cases, and you can also have more information about each services or each pillars offered by SAP using SAP Discovery Center, and you can also start the machine. And all the pricing and the details about each service is mentioned under SAP Discovery Center website. Yeah. So that's all from my end.
Thank you very much, Navya.
Yeah.
Great input, a lot of input, but really great summary of all the topics. If you have questions, now it's your turn. You can type them in and we try to answer them. You can always, of course, come back to us afterwards with your questions, with your projects, with your needs, and we can discuss it, of course. And yes, one more time, we would also like to invite you. Some of you are already registered for the 3 other parts of our SAP Build in HR webinar series. But if you now have you're interested in more content about this, maybe you can go to the next slide, Navya. There we have one more time the summary of the next 3 webinars. So the next one is on the 6th of March. There we are focusing on low-code, no-code solutions and how they can support HR transformation. So really simple development with SAP Build. And then we have the second webinar in March, where we focus on process automation and cross-system workflows and show how you can work with complex HR system landscapes and how you can optimize it as SAP Build. Yes, and the 4th part of our webinar series is the SAP SuccessFactors Workzone webinar, where we also want to show you our live use case from a customer of ours and show you how you can work with SAP SuccessFactors Workzone and how it optimizes your employee experience with our modern working employee portal, like an intranet and a technical intranet, or how you can use it. Yes. So yeah, we are looking forward to see you there again. There are no questions for now. So yes, have in mind, just ask us if there will come up other further questions after the webinar. And then we wish you a nice Thursday.
Yeah, I wish you a nice Thursday, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.